Hey, how's it going? My name's Jon MacLennan. Hope you're doing fantastic, and I'm here today with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson, and we're looking at a song called Hell's Bells by AC/DC from the classic Back in Black album. This is the opening track, and it's got some excellent just examples of how to play rock guitar. So I'm going to break it all down for you. Don't forget to click the link below so you can get the tab that goes along with this video lesson, and we're going to zoom in and get started. Here we go. Start out by playing the 5th string, open A, and then you can put your first finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then you could either use your 3rd finger on the 9th fret, 3rd string, which is probably how a lot of people play it. I like to use my pinky, almost like the way I play power chords, so that just feels comfortable for me. Either way is cool. So I've got the 7th fret on the 4th string and the 9th fret on the 3rd string, okay? And I'm going to kind of hold that position. I'm going to play the open A, and then I'm going to skip a string and go down to the 3rd string and play the 9th fret. Then you come back to the A string, and then you take the finger off the 3rd string and you smush your first finger down doing a bar to get 2 strings. You're going to cover the 4th string and the 3rd string. So you're going to go, okay, 1 and 2 and 3, and then you go play the 4th string at the 7th fret, open A again, then take this grip and move it down 2 frets to the 5th fret. Okay, so that's the first measure. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, let's try it together slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we've got those 8th notes in there. They're all 8th notes. 1 and 2 and hold that one and 4 and... So it's kind of like on the ands, you're holding the note there for basically the value of 2 8th notes, one quarter note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now as far as the right hand, there's a few ways you can do this, and you'll notice a lot of these recordings, you know, they're tricky little riffs in here that Angus is playing, and you know, we can work them out a few different ways. So you could alternate your picking, like down, up, right? So I'm talking about the right hand here. Down, up, which is one way of playing it. So the concept that I will use a lot is if you're playing a strong beat, meaning 1, 2, 3, or 4, I'm playing a downstroke. So 1, and then the ands are on the up. So 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So I would work it out that way, which would be down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Okay, so you could interpret it that way, or what I actually like to do, and you decide what's best for you, is I do everything on downstrokes, just because in rock it kind of gives me like a real straight ahead driving sound. So I like doing that just because it sounds really like you're hitting the nail with a hammer right on the head, you know. Okay, so again, the first measure is... Okay, the second measure, you've moved down to the 5th fret. You play the 4th string, 5, 0 on the 5th string, then move back up to 7, and go 3rd string, 4th string, and then double the 5th string. So it's like, and they're kind of syncopate on the and 3 and 4 and. So those little accents kind of make it jump out. So I'm going to do the first 2 measures, which is really the main riff, you know, at the beginning, slowly. Here we go. Working on that accuracy, hitting every note. And again, I'm just trying to make sure that I do that in the right order. If you're finding yourself messing up, you got to go slower. You may have to go. Or even do one measure at a time and really just try and make sure and get it right and then move on. I know we always want to go, oh, let's play it right at the speed of the recording or whatever, and it's a lot faster, and really you'll move ahead faster if you slow it down and just memorize. Your fingers start to get that you know, imprint in your brain of what it feels like to nail it and do it slow. So after we do this, then the second time we're going to do these power chords. And that's really cool. Basically it's 1st finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, pinky here on the 5th fret, 4th string. I play those 2. And you could, yeah, actually I would recommend doing it this way. Sometimes I'll play a power chord like this, but then when you have to stretch out, that's why I'm using my pinky again, because I can get that stretch easier. So 3, 5, and then drop your 1st finger down 1 fret to 2, 5. It's like a C power chord to G over B, and then the open A string. So it's so that's coming out of the riff. So the second time you're doing the riff, and then you start the whole riff over. So it's. Okay, so after that, that repeats a bunch of times, and then we're going to go into the verse, which is where he's going to start singing. So the way that you transition to that is you're playing the riff as usual. And then you go. So we do these classic Angus Young chords. This is a G, and I really only use 2 fingers. I'm at the 3rd fret, open, 3rd fret, D over F sharp. So I like to use my thumb on the 2nd fret, mute the, actually, well, sometimes I'll play that open. 5th string open, and then 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Notice I'm not playing the high string here, that's very important. Just getting that kind of rock sound, making it a power chord. And then I do the same thing as that G, but I move this finger down 1 string. And I get a C2 chord, then a G over B, which is, again, just dropping that finger down. There's a lot of, you know, kind of just progressively moving down. So the last time is. into the verse.
Nice work. So you've got that main riff down. Now we're going to move into the verse where he plays a cool little power chord kind of dyad guitar part. Let's check it out.
So once we launch out of that intro, you know, we're playing the chords G, to D over F sharp, and C, add 9, G over B. Then we get into this next part, and I'm playing an open A string, and then I'm putting my first finger, again, kind of on that same shape that I had for the intro riff, but I'm changing it just slightly. So I'm playing open A, then 7 and 9, and playing those two notes together like a dyad, and then moving back to 7, just barring with my first finger, and then putting 9 back on. So it's... And you could use your third finger if you want. Again, I'm just using my pinky because that feels good to me. So 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay? There's like a little rest in there. And then we've got 5, 7. Basically, I'm moving that same shape down a whole step. Then barring my first finger, 5, 5. And then going to 7, 7, which is putting my third finger down and pinky. So instead of doing that, I just add in the third finger. So 3 and 4 and... Intonation's a little wonky. I just played an outdoor gig, and sometimes it just wrecks your strings. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you play the open A string again, and we're gonna hit these two rock chords, and so that's 3 0 3 2 0 3, and it's really like a C add 9 or C2 to a G over B. Just great rock and roll chords. This stuff is really rock and roll 101. I mean, if you want to learn how to play chords, like take your basic open chords and turn them into, you know, rock chords with distortion, this is how you do it. So okay, this is the next part, okay? So we're going to play a D, 0, 2, 3. We're going to hit that big chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you hit it again, 2. And then we're going to go to the C chord, the C add 9 again. And then the G. And then back to the D. And I'm kind of lightly pumping eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then hitting these. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. E. Okay, one finger, 0, 2, 2. That's how I play it. E5. And that's D, back to the D. And then an A with your first finger. Just like E, just down one string. Back to E. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're into the chorus, which goes back to that main hook, like the way we started out at the beginning. So let me play that part where you hit the chords leading up to the chorus. So it's like, take it down. Twice there, and then E. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this lesson inspires you to keep playing guitar, keep learning new things. For more information, you can click on the annotation on your screen, or the iCard if you're on mobile, and check out some of the courses available from guitarcontrol.com. Alright, well, I'm Jon MacLennan. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video lesson.